podcast is going to happen now. That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Did I mess up your mess up?
Leighty's here. Yeah, actually, you messed up my mess up for the first time, Mike. The heck?
Yeah, well, hey, I got to keep you on your toes because you got to keep me on my toes. Hey, listeners, welcome back to Mitch and Mike's voiceover journey. I'm Mike, that there is Mitch, and we have a very special guest today, Miss Cara Leighty. How are you, Cara?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I met Cara literally on the last day of One Voice 2024, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Larry Oblander, former guest on the podcast, introduced us, and then this year was cool because we got to go and be like the day one, be like, hey,
I know,
hey, and hang out a little bit and
that was fun.
Get all the hugs and have all the fun conversations and stuff. So
good times. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was she in the special video? I can't recall. There's so many people.
No, she was busy working it. So I did.
Video?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So
I was working.
We recorded it last week, but I put together a little montage, and I brought some little microphones, and I interviewed certain people for very little times, and said, "Hey, tell me about the conference." And they said, "Hey, we're here, and it's one." And so I cut them all together, and so.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you were doing that.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, I grabbed people when they were, when they were free, and you were never free because you were on the job,
always
checking people in, and doing the stuff.
Oh yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Always.
I'm a little jealous you guys got to hang out.
Oh, sorry. Are you sad?
Yeah.
But
no,
maybe
bad.
next time.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
hopefully he's gonna go to Atlanta.
Yeah, but I met you at Atlanta.
Okay, there you go.
Because I do remember your name. So then you were like, "Oh, I think I saw you working." Again, I was working.
Yeah, you were.
That's how I get my free ticket.
The puppet shows up, and I'm like, yes. Oh wait, there's a spoiler alert. There's no puppets.
Well, that's gonna come out in the story. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
I mean, she's not gonna hide the fact that she's a puppeteer, during the story of her voiceover life.
No, yeah,
so that's a big part of it.
That's
so
true.
Yeah, Cara is just a bubbly, wonderful, just burst of energy, and just was very much drawn to her, from the moment we met, and there she is. So to know Cara is to love Cara because she just she's super friendly and outgoing and just wants everybody to have the best time.
Yeah. That you can. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we want to get to know you more. We want our listeners to know you more. So we always like to turn the Wayback Machine on and find out, all right, at what point in your life did you get the bug for performing? And later on in the story, how did that morph into voice acting?
So I have pretty much my background is with theater, like musical theater. That started way back when, my dad was in theater. He was an actor. So as soon as, I was old enough, he would take me to the auditions. I'd audition for community theater. I grew up in New Hampshire, and the town that I would do the theater in was in Keene, New Hampshire, which is southern New Hampshire. And I would just do like community theater. And before that, I did ballet and tap. I was, danced. Really early on, I just was like into performing, I would put on, shows for my parents and, family members and all that good stuff. And then as far as like voice acting, it's weird because I always kind of like sort of, when I was really little, I would say about 5 or 6 years old, I used to watch Simpsons, which I probably wasn't supposed to watch. And, not as bad as like other shows.
It went way over your head at that point.
Yeah. So, and so I would like try to mimic the voices on The Simpsons and, and then my mom or whoever it was were like, do Marge's voice. And I would do Marge's voice. I don't think I could really do her voice now, but, they just laugh. So I kind of like, started kind of being like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then once I got into like, it was like the early 90s and really, really good Disney films were coming out, like Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. I was like, oh, that'd be really cool to like be a like sing in a movie like that, but it wasn't like something I was thinking I could actually do. Like, I think like for me, voice acting sort of seemed like not its own thing. Like I just thought like just actors in Hollywood just did that,
Yeah.
And so then I would make movies as a kid with my sisters, like so many, because we lived in the middle of nowhere, New Hampshire. There's nothing to
Had
do.
to do something to keep.
Are they actors too?
Not really. I mean, my sister Mia, she's the youngest. She just got done doing like Legally Blonde, the musical. So she does do that, and she's directed like kids plays and things like that.
Cool.
So, and her degree is musical theater. But yeah, we kind of like all sort of did like theater and drama, acting, like dancing, singing, and then at one point we were a singing group trying to like do that thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you cut anything? Is there songs we
Is
can
there a
listen to?
vinyl
No.
out there?
The Leighty girls.
No. Oh, the Berardis. Yeah, that's my maiden name.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right, maiden name. Yeah, that's right. She's married. She's got kids.
Yeah. So essentially, we actually called ourselves Bella Bella. That was like our name.
Oh.
So yeah,
Why does
but
this sound
nothing
familiar?
nothing happened with that. But yeah, I mean,
What was the sound you were going for? Was it just pop? Was it?
Yeah, it was during that time when pop was like really big. I also have a sister whose good friend was in like a really like, actually they weren't well known group, but they were called like Third Phase. Like they were like starting to become something, and then it kind of fizzled. But so like we were kind of trying to get into that NSYNC, poppy, like whenever in the early 2000s. So. But yeah, like we went in the studio and did
you in
like
your goth phase. Did you have a goth phase?
No. I had like a kind of an emo phase, but it wasn't really emo.
Oh.
Yeah, I just had my hair, my eyes. I was like, how come that didn't bother me?
Did you darken it, or was it still the vibrant red?
It was red, but I would straighten it out. So yeah. But yeah, so I mean, kind of like throughout my whole childhood, I sort of was doing something creative, and I went to college for broadcast news. So I kind of got an interest in like being in news and being a news reporter. So I went that route and got a communications degree, and then after school, then we had a recession, and then I couldn't find a job, and then so during that time, I was like, oh, my friend worked at a radio station up here in Atlanta. And she was like, it was a Christian radio station. She said, do you want to come in and kind of help record these like sweepers and promos for the station? And I was like, oh, sure. And it didn't pay anything. It was just kind of just experience. But while I was doing that, like I had the production, like the station manager dude or whatever, or the producer at the time was like, oh, he's like, you really need to get into this. Like you have a really good voice, like for voiceover. And so I was like, oh. And so I kind of like would sort of do things here and there, help my husband out with some things for voiceover. But it wasn't until like after I went through being a YouTube content creator and trying to make a living making content, which is so difficult to do. And I definitely do not recommend doing that. like you just basically lose like all sort of like, I don't know, like it just takes the fun out of like content, when you have to like, when you have to make something to make money, to make a living. And at the time, it's not like I had to work, because I was at home with my kids, but it was something that kind of just let me be creative. But it's so stressful trying to do that. And it took what I loved as a kid, making movies with my sisters, and it took that and kind of like put a damper on it. And then as soon as that happened, I was like, God, like, I need to do something. What do you want me to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? And then all this voiceover stuff kind of started to open up again. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
2021 is whenever I started kind of pursuing it seriously. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a nutshell, that's kind of my journey.
No, that's awesome. Looking back at myself, I on my story, I didn't realize how also open to any sort of creativity I was until more recently. And it sounds like you kind of just always realized that about yourself. I love this, and I love this, and I love this, and I'll take that. And a little piece of everything. That's so cool. And now it all culminates. Singing matters, broadcast matters.
It's so weird, yeah. It's kind of like, I kind of thought, I was talking to some people at One Voice about this because, for a while I thought, the singing thing, I failed at that. The dancing thing, like, I'm not really doing that. Like, I was going to go to school to be a choreographer because I would dance all the time. I was like, it'd be cool to be a background dancer. But then I was like, and so what I took as fails were really just God kind of moving me in this circle to kind of bring me to where I'm at now, because everything, like you were saying, Mitch, like, it's exactly what has happened. Like, I sing and I dance, maybe not dancing is involved, but, it kind of helped me win karaoke a week or so ago.
You put on some moves and one voice when it,
Did you drop
winning
some
the
splits or something?
karaoke contest, let's hear it for the boys.
That was great.
She had the choreography down.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, so it's like, it's weird because it's like, what I sort of at the time was thinking like they were failures, like, was really just God kind of pushing me, because I'm literally doing everything like I went to school for. So I had to learn how to edit, and I had to learn how, different things like that. So it's kind of just been like this like circle, and it's cut me back to the, to where I feel like God has opened this door for me, and I'm kind of just like, okay, whatever. So, I'm down with it, because I mean, I'm like, he gave me these talents for like these gifts for a reason. Like, like, I'm like, well, what else besides singing at church? Like, how can I, and it's crazy, because a lot, even when I was doing like the YouTube stuff, like, I would go to these conventions, like the voiceover conventions, but for creators, and I would pray for people there, because I felt like, I'm like, God would just prompt me to be like, okay, you need to go pray for that person. I was like, maybe that's what I'm supposed, be a light in the darkness, So, but yeah, it's been kind of like a weird and fun ride at the same time. I mean, it kind of took me a while to get here, but I'm here.
There she is.
We feel you. Yeah, we feel you. Took us a while, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
For
but really,
sure.
I'm not like I'm like 80 years old or something, but
Yeah.
definitely
Not like
you think.
Mike.
Oh, poor Mike. No, but yeah, it's like,
Watch this, you young whippersnapper. I'll get you and your little dog too.
But it's been a fun journey, so yeah.
What does I'm gonna ask my question. I know Mike's got one quick fire here, but what does starting voiceover look like? You did all this other training. What does getting into voiceover look like for Cara?
Oh, for me, I think for me it was like 4 years ago. Just starting to take classes and training, because I legit, I didn't know anything about it, and there's no really there's not a manual for like how you're supposed to start. Everybody winds up wherever they are, different in different ways. Like there's no, and that, I get people to ask me all the time, like, oh, I want to do that, but as soon as I tell them, like, hey, you got to take classes and do it. They don't want to do it,
It weeds out a lot of people.
Sure does.
So go ahead and drop some names. Who've you coached with? No, yeah.
Worked with?
Yeah.
Who have you talked to
drop
voice
the names of people who stopped and who
I was
dropped
like,
out.
what?
Because
No. So in 2021, what had happened was during COVID, I was creating all that content. And I finally took a fast from creating content. And when I did that, I was on the app TikTok. And when I got back onto the app, I saw a video pop up. And it was this woman that was doing a Simless challenge. So she's a voice of the Sims game. Yeah.
Wow. One of those.
And I was,
hey, blah.
Yeah. Susu. So I was like, this is really cool. I was like, dang. I was like, I'm going to do this little challenge with her, like, just for fun. And this was coming off of this fast where I was like praying and like, kind of just waiting to see where God was going to put me. Cause I was like, do I need to go back to school? And I felt like I was being prompted to go back to school or do something in the medical field. I've always been interested in stuff like that. And, but then I realized it was just, I was like, yeah, I don't have the time, and I have 2 little kids, and it's too much money. So anyway, so I saw that video, did the challenge, and I was like, I'm going to check out who this girl is. Her name is Kritzia Bajos, and she's an actress and voice actress, and she's a voice director. And she had started this kind of school, I would say, called Voiceover Camp. And I was like, this is really cool. And so essentially it's like a whole curriculum. Like, it's not super expensive. And so I did an intro to voiceover, and I literally was sold after that. So I did one with her. I took like commercial classes, animation classes. I did an animation with Deborah Wilson through them because she knows Deborah Wilson. And then also like an improv for VO. And then once I started, I was doing a ton of like online stuff because they started it during COVID when everybody went online. So it was great. But then I was kind of like getting the itch like the next year to do like more in-person stuff. So then I looked local in Atlanta to Atlanta Voiceover Studio, which is run by Heidi and Mike, Heidi Rue and Mike Stout.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
so then I got in an in-person animation class, and I did an ADR and looping class in person, and I've done quite a few others. But yeah, I mean, it's literally like finding the classes and doing the classes, So yeah, and I'm still doing it. I have like a whole spreadsheet of like, I've been keeping track of all the classes I've done, and it's like crazy. Like I've done so many this year, like even more than what I did in the beginning. But
always be training.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Always be training.
I mean, because you're never. And I remember somebody saying this, like, if you say that like you're done or that you know everything, like that's like not a good sign.
No.
I forgot how they worded it, but so and that's the thing. But that's why telling people like, oh, you got to start, training, and it's not like it's like a difficult type of training. It's just you have to like. For me, it was all West Coast time, so it was so late, and that was hard. But it's worth it.
I feel like the hardest part about training, like you train in a regular job and you're learning some skills you learn the cash register, you learn how to move this thing over here or whatever.
Yeah.
Spreadsheets. VO training is like unlearning and tearing yourself down so you can bring yourself back up, like rewiring your brain, which normal jobs are not that.
Yeah, well, it's normal jobs. You're learning a task. You're learning how to do a thing. Here, you're learning how to do that thing better. Mm-hmm. We know how to talk. We know how to read. Mm-hmm. Most of us do. Mm-hmm. And so we're learning how to put that together and act. And that's the big piece of it is it's more than just reading script.
Oh yeah.
It's acting that script out. And that's where we lose a lot of people.
No,
because they just, they're not I hate to say it, but they're not good actors. And so or there are people like you said that just don't want to put in the work or the money.
Which makes it better for us because then we don't have as much competition.
Yeah, there's a smaller group of us that are trying to do this.
I am that person in so many other careers, in the sense that like I want to be a whatever, and then I'm like, but I don't want to learn any of that. I just want to be the thing. It's
that
like
takes
no
effort.
That wasn't my thing. This is my thing. I can learn this endlessly, just like both of you. Like it's just so fun and interesting. The more you dive in, the more there is to learn. Mm-hmm. Oh, loving it.
Yeah, it's so different when you find, like a job and what you want to do that you love to do. You know what I mean? Like it's so like even with my husband's a software engineer for Tubi, and it's like, and he loves like, he works on the Roku app and he does all that stuff, nerdy stuff. But it's just like sometimes you get in certain jobs and certain employers that it's just not very fun. Our job is so fun all the time. I mean, there's stuff that's like kind of boring to me. Like for me, there's certain things like I'm like, not really interested in
Medical narration.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Medical narration.
Yes, I can make that a character, the medical narration.
But people make good money doing that, or political, but like I don't care. I don't even like politics. So it's like, but people make a ton of like JMC, like that's what he does. Yeah. So it's just like, but once you find, I don't know, voice acting is so cool. I like it.
Yeah, and not to say there can't be days where we're in the booth and I just don't want to be here doing this. But on the whole,
overall, it's pretty cool.
It's a heck of a lot of fun, and it's fun to get in the booth and play around. Even if it is a commercial, you can still be you in the commercial and have fun doing it.
For sure. Yeah.
So what genres are your favorites? What do you like to do?
Yeah. I gravitate towards more animated work. I haven't done any animations, but I've auditioned for plenty, and hopefully more in the near future. But I'm really interested in like a lot of children's media, so that includes like the animation side, and then like even like doing like games, like kids video games would be really cool. Like not like the adult type video game. I'm not really into the interactive, although I have a few of those characters on my demo, but I'm kind of like, it takes me a while to get into those because I'm just not, I'm like a little kid, you know what I mean? Like I just like, and I have little kids, so it's like the kids media, I just want to do stuff that's going to be good for the little ears and appropriate. And I also have trying to venture into the faith-based media because there's tons of animated projects and movies, tons of one coming out in a few days. Light of the World, it's an animated film, and just wanted to get into that.
Was it Angel Studios put out one just recently that was their biggest?
Yeah,
made like 20 million in the opening
the Jesus
weekend.
one. Yeah, that one was really good. And then this one is about
Christian media is finding a foot where for the longest time it was there, but it was just bad.
Yeah,
I hate to say that as an artist, as a connoisseur of entertainment. There was some bad stuff.
They weren't keeping up with the times, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But then, what's his name? The guy that did Courageous and
Fireproof?
Whatever. Fireproof.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah, there started to be a little bit more. I mean, the writing actually...
It got better,
and so I think that kind of... got a little boon into the industry. Angel Studios was created.
Yeah.
You got The Chosen, which if you haven't watched The Chosen, it's so well done. So well done. And
a lot of times what I was going to say is a lot of times like Christian content comes across as super cheesy, like it's not that great. It's getting better, but yeah,
I went to a conference recently, Realm Makers Conference, it was called.
Is that the one with Katie?
Yeah. It was authors.
Katie Lee, by the way, name drop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Katie Lee, boom. The other half...
I love her.
Yeah, she's so cool. The other half of the conference was video game creators, Christian video game creators, and other storytellers and things like that. It was like, oh my gosh, this is booming. And some of the stuff was like, wow, this isn't cheesy. This looks awesome.
Yeah.
They were making a angel-based D&D where you're like whispering your angels, like trying to turn people in like to good, and then there were like evil things in the world too.
That's cool.
All this crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. I mean,
it exists.
You have to like dig in there. Like I'm on LinkedIn all the time. I'm like, somebody will post something and then I'm like, I'll follow these producers, and then they'll write something. I'll write a comment here. So I'm like trying to like plug my way into and find these people. It's really hard to kind of get in, but that's kind of one of my goals is to get into more kingdom-based work. So. Because I mean, there's too much crap out there, and it's time to kind of flip flop that. So then on top of that, I started puppeteering in 2023. So that's another aspect of the children's media I want to do. So, and some of that is like projects that are faith based as well that I'm kind of involved in that I haven't started yet, but. But of course everybody wants to be on Sesame Street, whatever. But I just want to be on something that's gonna make a difference, And to me, like I know as a Christian, it's more kingdom-based work. Is gonna, it's kind of my goal. But anything that's like appropriate and kid-friendly, family-friendly.
So tell us more about the puppetry. Then I didn't realize that was such a recent thing for you.
Oh yeah.
So what was it that made you go, okay, voiceover? I like to put my hands in felt and make them talk.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I'm a kid of the 80s. Literally everything was puppets. Jim Henson and the Muppets and Labyrinth, all these movies, Star Wars. Yoda was a puppet. E.T. is a puppet. Yeah, Dark Crystal. Like, and so it's like, I think coming from that, and puppets are just so cool, and like, they're so funny. My first crush was Kermit the Frog. Okay.
All right.
As
there
a
you
kid.
go.
Yeah.
It's all coming
And
together.
so, yeah, it's all coming
He's
together.
such a sweetheart, though.
I know. I like Kermit. He's
You
good.
got
So
a
when Miss
crappy
Piggy came on
girlfriend.
screen,
I
were you
know.
like,
That's how I felt. Miss Piggy sucked. It's like
I
nobody.
know. She's so
Yeah.
dramatic.
She is.
She's just too much. But yeah, I mean, I've always liked puppets. I'm not one of those. So this is the thing is, like, I know that there are a lot of puppeteers out there that are like from the get-go, they're like, oh, I love puppets so much and I'm so passionate about puppets. But then I've met people that are like, they're like, I was scared of puppets, but they're a puppeteer now. And for me, it's more like, I just think they're hilarious and I love them since I was little. And so like, I just I don't even know when it was. At one point I was like, you know what? I need to start learning this puppet thing and learning, because I just was so interested in it. So I
so
started
how
kind
does
of just
one
pursuing
learn
it.
puppetry? What were there local classes? Were there? I mean, did you
So-
just start playing around?
So basically what I did was I didn't have a puppet at first, and I basically just started with my hand, and I found a coach named Nate Beagle with Beagle Booth Studios, and
Okay,
he
yeah.
has
I know Nate.
20 plus years in puppetry. Like, he's worked on Jim Henson, like he's worked in everything basically. And I got with him through I think it was through another voice actor that has puppet background and theater background. She connected me, and she's based in New York. And she goes, oh, you can maybe get with Nate, because the studio that she runs is called the Sound and the Furry Studio, and they have voiceover classes, but then she hadn't really started anything with like puppets per se, and I think maybe she maybe did at one time and just stopped doing it. So she goes, well, I don't really have any classes, but and I'm sure there's classes in person in New York, but she goes, start with Nate. And so I just started doing virtual classes, a couple with him. And most of my stuff's been virtual. And then through different people I've met, another coach named Victor Yerid, and he works on like, puppet, I don't know, Jim Henson stuff. He's worked on a bunch of stuff. And so most of it's been like online, and then in-person stuff. We have a puppetry arts center in Atlanta, and I did take an in-person class like in May. But I mean, that's the whole thing, is trying to find these places. And I just barely found a theater that does puppet improv. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, and they
That
do a bunch of
sounds so
classes.
fun.
Yeah,
Have
so
you been to do the puppet improv?
no, because they had it. I think they have it the second and the third, or no, the first and the third, like Saturday, and I couldn't because the conference, the One Voice. So this month I'm
Soon.
planning on doing.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I can't
And then
wait
they
to
had
hear
they
about
have
it.
classes.
And post it or
Yeah.
send it to us. I would love to see puppet
Yeah.
improv. So
Yeah.
this is still basically, this is a recent thing, and it's something that you're
Yeah.
growing towards.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's something that, like, when I started taking classes with Nate, he was like, the good thing is you already know the voice part, so you don't have to worry about that,
Yeah.
So puppets are kind of like, it's very similar to an animated thing, a project, but you're actually physically giving life to something. And so, I had the voice stuff down. I could get to where I can create a voice, if need be. And so that whole thing I had figured out, but it was actually the manipulation. That is a huge thing, and that's where people have the hardest time. It is very difficult. For me, I seem to have picked it up pretty easily. I mean, I'm still working on things, and you have to learn eye focus, like having your the puppet's eyes looking straight in, and then like when you turn your head, if he's got, depending on how the eyes are, you want to be looking like, and it's a lot of like, it's hard work, and usually your
it's
hand
not
is
just,
up.
It's not
Yeah.
just this. There's a lot more nuance to it.
And it's not like ventriloquism, which people are like, yeah, do you do the voice without? And I go, no, I don't do that. That's
Nobody
different.
sees me. Yeah.
No.
I still move
Yeah.
my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny, is I'll sometimes bring my puppet Davey out to different conferences and like be using him, or I'll bring him to my kids' school at like events and things and talk to the kids, and And even though I'm doing it, like the attention gets like right away is on the puppet. Nobody cares about me anymore.
Yeah.
So it's great, you know, like it's not even, I don't have to worry about it, you know, because they're just looking at him. So, but yeah, so it is definitely a very recent thing, but I've been having a good time learning all the things.
That's
Yeah.
fun. Geez,
Yeah.
Mitch, you know what? Once again, we've invited someone on the show that's immensely more talented than you and I.
Whatever.
I don't
does
know
that
how we
keep
keep
happening?
doing
That
that.
could
Yeah.
mean
No.
that we're
What does
just a
that
little bar,
say?
but no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, you've got between the singing and the dancing and the puppetry and all the things, and you know, you have a lot of things you're talented at, which
Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
isn't a bad problem to have.
Yeah. But then I suffer from imposter syndrome. I suffer from not feeling
Really? No.
good enough. Oh, yeah.
A voice
all the
actor
time.
suffering from imposter
Yeah.
syndrome?
You know,
Artist.
and just not feeling good enough, you know, and I'm not, you know, and a lot of times I've had to remind myself, like, there's only one me, you know, so there's only one Cara. I can only do my voice, you know, and I can only do this and nobody else can do. I had the same problem when I did the content creation, because you're totally like, look at other people and their success and you're like, why can't this happen? What is going on? But I just probably wasn't supposed to have that sort of success, you know, which is fine.
That's how I feel when I don't win the lottery. I'm like, I guess I just got to keep work. So supposed to
it.
work, I think. Yeah.
I saw a meme today that it was like 1 in 4 people will get into an accident when texting and driving. It'll never happen to me. And 1 in 82,546,000 people win the lottery. It could happen.
I could win the lottery. Yeah.
It's the mentality of
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
happen.
But,
Yeah, it seems not everyone is as open to trying all of the artistic endeavors that you have tried. Now, I will
That's true.
sing, not around people. I will dance, not around people. I'll definitely
man.
puppet all by myself. But the fact that it's this confidence, and I can just hear it talking to you, it's this confidence of being able to show yourself to people right away that I think also makes you special in this endeavor. Is something
Yeah.
that
Aw,
I don't
thanks.
like. I wanted to be only a voice actor when I first
Yeah.
started. I am a voice actor, and the more I'm playing around, the more I'm realizing, oh, I can also open myself up to different things within this realm.
Yeah.
You just had that from, sounds like, as soon as your memories clicked on, you're like, I
Yeah.
will do anything in
just
front
did-
of everybody.
yeah, I literally did everything all the time.
And how do you think you lost that? You know, I used to drink to lose those sort of inhibitions. How do you just not have those inhibitions?
I don't know. I just, it's crazy. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just, I just don't really care. I just, you know, like doing everything. And I mean, obviously, like, you know, through the years, you know, I have gained a pretty good sense of confidence just based on, you know, doing things and being like kind of affirmed in those things. You know, that like I was good. Like I never wanted to be that person, you know, like an American Idol that sang really bad and nobody told them that they were bad. You know what I mean? So, and
I see.
I did try out for American Idol, but I didn't
Did
make
you?
it through. Yeah, me and my sister sat in the line with my dad. It was like, yeah.
Just the first round then?
Yeah, so we got there the day before the actual auditions, like 2 a.m. and waited at the Orlando Convention Center, and we were just right where we are. I think we were at like the 1,200 mark or 1,000 or 1,500 mark, and after us, it wasn't guaranteed auditions for people, so we got to go in and sing in front of they had like 12 things set up with curtains and like 4 judges at each table, and you stepped up and you sang, and you stepped back and you step up and you sang. But you have to go through like 4 different rounds of that to even get to, because they're like,
In
did
front
you
of
sing
the
in front of
actual
judges.
Simon? Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, no, I never saw him. I saw some rando people. And I also saw people that sang incredibly and did it and better than me and didn't make it through. And I'm like, and I don't know what was going on with it. And then I saw people make it through. I was like, whoa, okay, you're weird, but sure.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
they don't
you
want
never
that
know
Yeah.
middle
exactly
ground.
what they're working,
Yeah.
what they're looking
Yeah,
for.
because it's a reality show. You know,
Yeah.
they want
Right.
people to be weird, and I was like, oh,
I know. I've been
Yeah.
trying to
They
get
want
on
people
a
to be
reality
weird,
show
and then
for
you have, like,
years.
Clay Aiken and Ruben and all these really
weird.
this seems so normal-ish to me. Like,
Yeah.
not quite weird to me.
Yeah.
They all seemed very cookie cutter by the time
Yeah.
they got to the top.
Oh,
Kelly
yeah, 'cause
Clarkson.
It's like a whole process, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. For me, like I just never was really scared to try something, and so, and I think maybe that's why I got into voice acting too, because I was like, hey, well, might as well. Like, it's like, what am I gonna lose, you know? And then I was like, might as well add a puppet. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know what else.
What's next?
I don't
Might
know.
as well. Might as
Might as
well.
well. Might as well.
I feel like you should might as well add a puppet to any scenario.
Yeah, that's
Great
true.
phrase. Might as well add a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a shower. Might as well
Might
add
as
a
well
puppet.
add a puppet.
At a funeral.
Yeah.
Might as well add a puppet.
Road rage. Might as well add a puppet.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you.
Oh, if you road rage with a puppet, then you'd be the best road. No one would be mad.
No one. Yeah, you would dissolve everything.
Yeah.
I really
Wouldn't
think
that
the
be
world.
the greatest if
yeah.
you could like drive and like have a microphone on you and somebody cuts you off and you do the thing where you
With the
you, know, you
puppet.
catch up to them and you roll down the window and
Yeah.
you're just looking straight ahead and you just stick that puppet out the window and go, "Hey,
Yeah.
you stupid idiot.
Yeah.
Watch where you're driving." You know, I mean, what would that do?
That may
Would that
actually.
diffuse
That's
the
a good
situation?
idea. Yeah.
What do you got to
Or-
get to a bathroom or something? What's your
Yeah.
deal?
That's a good idea. That's kind
Wow.
of like
Just don't
yeah.
get your hand shot off.
That's
Oh.
some content right there.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Uncovered
New idea.
something.
Might as well add a
Road
puppet.
rage.
Might as well add a
road rage
puppet.
puppetry.
Yeah.
I think
Oh my
we.
goodness.
You know what? That sounds
What?
like a bit. That
It
sounds
does.
like something that we could make TikTok videos of.
No,
Just,
that's true.
You know, puppet driving and then having road rage and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't
Now I
believe
can't-
you did that."
It'd be like, what? Who's that?
Dumbass.
Triumph the insult comic dog.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
Hey, listen here. Come back here. Don't be
Yeah.
driving away.
he's so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be hilarious. Oh my god. I love
Man.
it. I love it.
I don't think I can
Well,
ask
you're
any more
welcome. We
questions.
just gave
I'm
you an
just like,
idea of
yeah,
something
my
to do with your
gears are turning.
Here you go.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
about to
Mitch
be
is, Mitch is starting
about to be
like,
millionaires.
want to do more and thinking of more things to do. And so now he's like,
Yeah.
note to self,
Yeah.
puppet road rage.
Well, especially after my trip to Iceland. I'm not going to go too deep in this because this is Cara's episode, but
Yeah. ugh.
and you are inspiring in this way too, where I've yeah,
Oh, sorry.
it's your episode. Everything is opened up now. Like I've just kind of realized, like, oh yeah, I'm a creative, just like you guys, and I just want like a little piece of everything. And when someone brings me a good idea, like puppetry in any situation, I'm like, how can we do, like,
Yeah.
even if I'm not recording it, how can I do this for me to enjoy life better? And that's, that's our artistry, and that's
Yeah.
probably why we
Yeah.
chose voiceover. Some people choose it to make money and market themselves quietly and talk.
Yeah, there are
And
chosen
such.
few that actually make money doing this.
Yeah. And I know a couple of them, at least.
We've
I
met a
think.
few. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It seems that way.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, Mike, you
Yeah.
have, sorry, my gears are still turning. The puppet thing, Mike, you got anything?
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, what is there like a dream sequence where either you're able to put all of these things together, singing, dancing, puppetry, voiceover, or is there like just something that, okay, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I've tried that and I'm doing, but if I could just do that thing, and whether it's like the dream job, I mean, you
Yeah.
you already talked about
Yeah.
faith-based kingdom work in voiceover, and that would be an amazing thing to start or to get involved in a children's
Yeah.
show in Christian media, and that would be a great thing for me as well. So if you get that opportunity, remember
Yeah.
your friend Mike.
Oh, always, always.
Mike's always hopping on.
I'm always.
No.
I am
I'll
not
share
above
everything,
jumping
yeah.
on people's coattails.
No, yeah.
But is
Yeah.
there something that either when you got into this or just as you were watching those animated cartoons in the 80s and 90s and stuff, is there something that you've been like, that, if I could just obtain that, that would be just the coolest thing in the world.
Not really. I mean, I like, there are just so many really cool things to do, and there isn't just one thing I want to do. So like, I mean, a dream thing would be like maybe playing a character on The Simpsons. That would be amazing to me, because I love Nancy Cartwright. She's one of my favorite voice actors. But being in a Disney movie, being able to sing, and because I sang, Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast songs my whole childhood. That would be amazing to me. But no, I mean, I feel like there really isn't one thing. I just like, I think that's why it was so hard for me, like when I was making content for so long, to niche down, because I could never niche down. And then I had somebody say, like, you don't have to. And then I didn't. And I don't. Like, if you look on my, like, even like on my content I just do on Instagram, it's just a mixture of everything. It's just who I am. So I can't just take one piece of me. Like, there's so many different parts of me that like different things, and it kind of sounds like I'm bipolar, but my dad is.
Or Frankenstein. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
that
true.
could be part of it, huh?
But yeah, like, I don't know, like, I just love everything. Like, I just, there's not really one thing that I'm just kind of like, that would be my end goal, because for me, like, yes, like you were saying, Mike, I'm really big on, doing kingdom work, and I'm really big on, people coming to the Lord, and that is more important to me than anything that I could ever do. Because that would not, anything in the flesh wouldn't bring me what that can bring to other people,
And it's good to keep that perspective, because I know as a fellow Christian, I lose that perspective sometimes.
Yeah. And I have too, and you start to think more like, ooh, what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
God, why isn't this happening for me?
And like, and then your spirit, like, things get sour, like you start to become a bitter person, like you start to, and then that comparison and that looking at other people and then getting jealous of people, like, instead of it being, like, we're all supporting each other, which for the most part, the voiceover community is really good at that. But for me, I just, over like, this past year, I've just like, I'm like, cool, that'd be cool to like do this or that. But like, really, like, if I don't ever do it, like, whatever, like, it'd be cool, but whatever,
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm just like, I have such a weird view on that. Like, most people have, like, they have this set thing that they're like, my dream. I'm like, I really don't. Like, sure, but like,
it's funny, because after I asked the question, I kind of knew where that was going, because you just seem like a person that lives in the moment.
Yeah.
And the dream is what's happening now, as opposed to what I can attain.
Yeah. And I think for me, like, a lot of that was when I was younger, before I came to the Lord and became a Christian, I had a lot of flesh dreams, of, hey, I want to be in a pop girl group. Hey, I'd love to be this singer, a background singer for this or that, or do this amazing thing, or be on American Idol and make it big as a musician, as a singer. And once I came to the Lord, pretty much like a lot of that, like, it's not like I don't want to do those things, but I don't even think about really in that sense anymore, it's, and of course that's maturity too, and getting older, and obviously my knees aren't really good now, so I can't really do crazy dance. I mean, they're not like, my knees are bad.
They're not what they once were, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I just, I don't know. I'm just not, I'm like, cool if it happens. Like, if not, it's whatever. I'm very content, with what I have, and I'm very blessed, and so I couldn't ask for anything better. Yeah.
I'll be open and real right now that there was a good chunk of time there where, when I got into this, I was like, Lord, I want to lay this at your feet, and just, well, any success I have, is because of you, and I want to, and then I just stopped asking him. I was doing this myself, and I was wondering why, there was no success.
Yeah.
And part of that, I know, was just because I lost that perspective of laying it at his feet, of asking him, hey, if this is your will, let it happen. And so it's released some pressure, I think, because it is still, not a ton of success. Not a ton of success yet. My mouth derails me sometimes, but
us too.
But I feel better about where I am because I am including him once more. So
yeah. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's kind of like, I just kind of have released it, and I'm like, oh, if those doors open, cool. But I'm not like trying to force anything to happen. Now I'm trying to connect with the right people in order to be able to do things.
Right.
But I'm like, whatever God's going to do is what he's going to do. I could meet, some big, huge person. And I do have a lot of connections with people, but and then that door may never open, may not. And that's fine. I mean, it's like, whatever. So I don't know what it is. I just don't really, I just like doing fun stuff, and if I make money, cool. But really, honestly, the money part of it, I don't even care about that. I don't even care. I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. But now my husband's kind of like, he's wanting to get a new job. And I'm like, well,
can you make some money,
maybe I should try to, maybe I should care about that a little. But we're 100% debt free. So I think that's part of it too, is just knowing that we have that freedom and we don't have that stuff lingering too. It's just kind of you approach life a lot differently, when you're able to, go in there freely and not have to worry about, the things that my parents still worry about to this day.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, I can't proselytize Casting Call Club enough on this. If you've ever used that before.
Yeah, I think I do have an account with that. Who is that? Is that one run by Liz?
A guy named Buford.
Oh no, Buford. What's the one by Liz Atherton? She has another casting
thing. What is that?
That one I can never log into because there's some kind of weird bug, and I've asked for their help the past 2 years, and nobody. I'm like, oh well. But I have heard a Casting Call Club. Yeah.
If you want to get on any type of animation and you're not super worried about money, it's a really great place to start and get some credits. It's the first place I started to get some credits, and there's so many fun projects on there.
I'm gonna check it out again.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, because I have a profile, and then I was like, oh, I need to really look into this, and it was kind of overwhelming, so then I didn't for a while.
It is overwhelming. It's made.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Sometimes it's look like it's made for kids, but anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there for you.
No, yeah, thanks. That's a good idea. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm down.
But I, there's just something that we were talking about, puppets, and then we were talking about acting, and we were talking about I brought a puppet today.
You brought a puppet?
Yeah. And Mike brought a puppet that he's not going to show you yet, I don't think. But I was hoping we could do some
very special
acting
with puppets.
Yeah, is that okay with everybody?
I guess.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
We'll
fine.
see if it's okay with everybody. They'll make that judgment after the fact.
Oh, that's true.
We're gonna pause
here
here for a hot minute. And then we are going to come back and do a thing.
Yep. Hey guys, we're back with a special production for you called Jesus's Amnesia.
Well, hey man, what are you all doing here? Davey and Cara, Mr. Fingers? You coming to bring me a new rug?
Well, actually, no. I think he's asking the puppets, okay? ¿Cómo te llama?
No soy español, man. I mean,
Jesus! I mean, Jesus, he said we're all worried about you, man. You've been acting like the dude from The Big Lebowski ever since last week. What is going on? Huh?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I was putting together this magnificent table, and boom! One of the boards flies up and smacks me in the head. Next thing I know, I wake up and someone is relieving themselves on my rug, man. That rug
Yeah.
really ties the room together, too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Jesus, you are Jesus, son of Mary the Virgin and Joseph the Carpenter, not the dude. I'm not even sure I even know who that is. I mean, time is a flat circle and there are wormholes you could have jumped through, but in this era, you hardly possess the technology,
What he's trying to say is you are not some overconfident stoner / white Russian drinking guy who bowls from a movie in the 21st century. You are Jesus. You know?
Yeah, you know, like... Jesus!
Yeah. You know?
Like,
Like,
Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh, I remember now.
Like
Thank
that.
you for reminding me, boys and girls. You are all on the nice list for bringing me back to reality. How could I forget my elves? Donner, Dipson, Flapson, Twinklet, and Bob.
That's not even.
That's wrong. You're wrong. I mean, you are not Santa.
Oh, how else would I know you've been on the naughty list, you naughty little puppet?
Oh no, he's been watching my Instagram. That's Instagram.com/Davey the Puppet.
Davey! I appreciate what you're doing, but this is not the time to plug your Insta face. Jesus thinks he's Santa Claus!
Oh, but I am Santa.
No, you're not.
I mean, okay, Santa, Jesus, Santa, I mean, Jesus. You are Jesus Christ, the Messiah, God's Son. You healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, you calmed storms. You raised the dead, you raised yourself from the dead, and ascended into heaven after you gave your life on the cross to save all of mankind. Generations of people have followed you in peace and forgiveness and love. Well, there may have been some hiccups along the way, because humanity is humanity and stuff, but, you know, still though, you're Jesus.
Oh my.
What he's trying to say is, you are more special than the dude.
And even more surprisingly, more important than Santa Claus.
I remember now. Thank you all so much. This has been such an amazing...
Anyway, you can find me at Instagram.com/Davey the Puppet. That's where Davey, seriously? Why are you plugging your
on.
Instagram?
I'm just so happy.
Hey,
Ah!
why are you
I'm
taking
just trying to get
over?
some
Talking
fans
about
here.
back, and
I
that's-
got lots of great content coming
Social
soon.
media.
Truly amazing.
All right, I'm leaving.
I have such a hand cramp.
My shoulder hurts. Cara, this is not as easy as it seems.
No.
I realized halfway through that not only am I sweating, my shoulder hurts, this guy's mouth might not have been moving half the time. This is a whole process. Here comes Mike, back to reality.
Yep.
Back
Ergonomic
to
desk, that's the thing.
life.
Yeah,
When in
I don't know
doubt-
if this is going to wash off. I think I used permanent Sharpie.
This would be amazing.
Jesus never washes off. I didn't
He
get
does,
to
though. He
see
washes
the
the feet
part
of his
where
disciples.
you acted out. Can I see the act out of?
Oh, I was doing like a prayer
Oh,
prayer
okay,
thing.
okay,
And then
okay.
I also did like because I was like, it's hard for me to do with both hands.
Yeah, true.
And then I did like a praying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Very good.
I did the, what do you call it? The Father, Son, Holy Spirit from
Yeah.
Catholic. I
Oh.
grew up like in Protestant church.
I thought
So I
for
kinda
some
just-
reason that was all Christianity, so that's just Catholic, eh?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
There might. I don't know if
Protestant. Well, I did it in the Protestant religion, kind of, but it was more. It's more Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom's Catholic. Well, she grew up Catholic.
I'm trying to
so.
think
me
of what.
too.
Gosh, there's so many denominations. Is it Methodist?
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
There's something that's like Catholic
They're kind of
adjacent.
similar. Yeah.
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 Well,
But no, I'm just a Baptist.
that
I'm
was
just a good old
just
Southern
yeah.
Baptist.
Yeah.
Plenty of you out there.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
When in doubt, add a
Puppets.
puppet.
What was my thing that I said? I said.
Yeah, what is it?
What did I say? How did I say it?
We'll have to listen.
Well, we'll have to watch this again. You'll have to
Yeah.
write down your catchphrase
That's true.
and then
That's
Yeah.
true.
and then apply it to
Just
your
add
life.
a puppet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
puppet.
add a puppet, because that
You know what that
is so
needs?
fun.
It needs a puppet.
Yeah. It needs a puppet. Yeah.
You should just interrupt people arguing in a grocery store. Hey, you know what this
Another-
argument needs?
A puppet.
Here comes Davey. A puppet.
I know.
I would be so
Great.
mad, by the way. Would not be ready for that
I just
at
feel
all.
like
Oh my God.
True.
Oh my
I would think
gosh.
someone was accosting me with a puppet. Thank you for that, Cara. Thank you for
Yeah.
yeah,
bringing light
good
to
fun.
this.
And for those of you
Yeah, of
who
course.
don't know, Mitch wrote that
Yeah,
all by
good
himself.
job, Mitch.
We did not do
No.
ChatGPT
True.
roulette this time.
That was
Mitch
great.
was
Call out-
inspired by a colleague of ours named Mike Weston.
Yep.
Who posted something? He posted it in GVAA, right? In the
Yeah.
Discord. Yes, in the GVAA Discord. On today, we're recording this on Labor Day,
Yes.
and it kind of encouraged us to do things that we would normally have AI do, right? And do the labor ourselves.
Yeah.
And so
It was
Mitch
good
was
job.
like,
Yeah.
light bulb over his head moment, and
was great.
I'm going
And
to be creative.
because I still hold Catholic guilt without being a Catholic, I have to tell you that I had to use ChatGPT to tell me a little bit more about The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
And kind of summarize things about
Yeah.
Jesus so I didn't have to look up, like, just
See, now I'm disappointed. Mitch, that
overarching.
you
No.
actually
I'm
did
sorry,
use
okay? I didn't want to
AI.
read the whole Bible to get all to remember.
Yeah, that would take a while.
Part of the Bible.
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, we're gonna do that, Mitch. You and I. We're gonna schedule some time and read through the Bible together.
Oh, that sounds riveting.
You should.
I'm going to go ahead and listen to the Chosen People podcast and learn everything I need to know about that. But
There you go.
yeah,
It's a start.
Hey.
And hey, add a puppet.
Yeah, add a puppet.
that's it. The end. That's a good way to end it. I'm gonna
yeah.
awkward
All
goodbyes.
right. No more.
now,
No
or what are
awkward
we doing?
goodbyes. Let's just end it
No.
with add a puppet.
Add a puppet.
No, but we do have to say, Cara, it's
Yeah.
been a great pleasure having you on the show.
Yes, thank
and
you
I
for
don't
having
want
me.
that to go unsaid.
No,
Truth.
well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was like, oh, that's nice of you to. And then my son was like, you're going to be on a podcast?
Yeah,
I was
we
like-
are so big.
No, it's great. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess this is our goodbye.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh.
So
in
now we'll end it
in
with,
this realm,
all
Oh,
together.
okay.
When in doubt, add a
Add a puppet.
puppet.
Wow, that was bad. I mean, we could have done better.
Oh well.
Later.